He's a 10, but he has 6 siblings.
I don't think that's a bad thing. Is that a bad thing? Why is that a bad thing?
Well,
Why has that hurt you?
Well, think about it. Like, what if he really loves his siblings?
That's fine. I want a family man. Is that weird?
That's weird.
Is that weird? How is that weird?
I don't know if that's weird. I think I'm weird.
It's like I have 5 siblings, and you're like,
That's one too many. That's one too many. I can't.
4 is okay, but that makes a total of 5.
No.
Why
Four
is
in
6?
total is okay.
4 is a party.
Yeah. No.
6 is a crowd.
5. I think 5 is a crowd.
Okay, this isn't how I thought this start was going to go. I don't think there's a problem if you have too many siblings. I think it's a problem if there's like weird, like you have to be like, you remember, I hate this sibling, but this one's okay. But this one, I would kill him if I could. And it's like,
okay, but
I can't remember all that drama.
True. But what if you're that way? What if like
Me and my 6 siblings?
No. What if you don't like some of his siblings? You know what I mean? Like there's more opportunity for drama.
No, because I feel like I wouldn't date someone if even one of their family members was like, she's on my kill list. Actually, you know what? I can't say that. I'm not sure. Because if it's sibling number 5, it doesn't matter to me.
Oh,
if it's sibling number 1.
What if the person you're dating is sibling number 5?
Oh my God, that's okay. First of all, I would never.
Oh my God, this is the perfect next question. Does it matter to you what order your future husband is in?
No.
In terms of the sibling order.
No, I don't think so. Why would it matter?
Because if he's the baby, he's the baby.
So am I.
Yeah. So 2 babies.
You're middle.
No.
You're lower middle.
Thank you.
Second runner up.
I would have been the youngest.
Do you feel a difference between being the middle? Like, do you feel like there's an obvious difference?
Yes.
Me, everything's sunshine and rainbow.
I know. And I feel like there's so much like pressure on me of like keeping the peace. I'm definitely the mediator. Okay. I'm just like, guys, focus. Like, you know what I mean?
Look at me.
Look at this is you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I just see everyone's point of view and I'm like trying to handle business.
Maybe that's why it doesn't matter to me because I'm the baby and I'm like, wait, isn't everyone just equal and happy? And I'm great.
I feel like eldest and baby. I don't see that working. Obviously it does. Okay. People make it work.
Okay.
But if I was the eldest, which I'm not, but if I was, I'd be like, I've already raised 4 other ones. I'm not going to raise you too. You don't know how to wash your own underwear? It's not going to work.
But that's an issue upon itself. Like, why would you not know that you're an adult? Like, I feel...
Listen.
You know, it's kind of funny because sometimes you talk to my sister and she's a middle child and you guys will say things that are like low-key a dig at me and you just both look at each other like, you get it. You totally get it.
Wait, do I?
Yeah.
I don't need to.
It's never malicious. It's just more so like 2 middle child.
Like,
connecting. Like, oh my gosh.
On a spiritual.
You see me. You see me.
You see me. I see you.
Isn't it kind of funny that you were friends with my sister before you were friends with me?
Yeah. I feel like in another life, she and I are like attached to the...
It would have been here. She would have been right here.
No, you and I were meant to be.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. But I don't think number of siblings is an issue as long as all the siblings like me. And as soon as one person says one mean thing about me, I'm out of there.
Oh my God. I just feel like I would just be scared. You know, the possibility of drama is pretty high with just 3 siblings. So more than that, I'm terrified.
Well, you're pretty close to your husband's family.
Oh, yeah. I love them. They're watching this. They're like, oh, my God.
All 6 of them.
All 6 of them. They're like, hold on. Wait a minute. Who does she not like?
Do you think you would be able to be with someone if one of the siblings didn't like you?
Do they obviously not like me before we got married?
I would say no. It's like you kind of know it's there and it becomes a little more obvious as time passes.
I think yes, because obviously, like, I don't have to see them if they make me feel uncomfortable.
True.
And I think my husband would be really good at shutting it down, just like, don't talk to my wife like that. Like, I feel like he would do that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like there's too many siblings, but okay, siblings are okay, but 2 moms and 2 dads? It's because I rewatched our episode of Fate Inked in Blood, where it was like, this boy has 2 stepmoms, a mom, 2 dads.
I think, you worded it in a way where I was like, no, it's okay to have 2 moms.
Oh.
That's okay.
No, sorry, not like that. That's okay.
No, life and family is beautiful. Love is love.
Love
but
is
if you have
love
7 fathers and mothers, then it kind of becomes like, wait, there's too much. There's too much in this pot.
Too much competition. Who am I supposed to, like, charm?
I get it. You remember when we were into Dream Harbor and they had 2 moms and 2 dads and a mom?
Yes.
It's kind of beautiful.
Okay, fine. Okay, so then 3 is the right amount.
3 parents, 3 siblings, or nothing. That's
we're
what
done.
I want.
Okay, Charlie, I had another question for you. Do you remember when we talked about Phantasma by Kaylie Smith?
I loved that book. Oh my God.
Do you remember when we were talking about it, you went on a little bit of a rant?
What was it?
You were saying how you didn't like that a lot of fantasy romances don't include plus-size queens.
Oh my gosh. It bothers me because I feel like when plus-size queens are added into books, and oh my gosh, even the way I said it kind of bothers me because I feel like being plus-size shouldn't be your only trait.
Right.
So even just saying like, oh, plus-size queen, and it's like, yeah, but there's so much more to her. And sometimes, most of the time, some of the books we read on this podcast just don't hit it right.
Yeah.
And it'll be very much like, it's every single situation or event or scenario that person is going through. It's always like, oh, but my clothes are so tight. Oh my gosh, the curvaceous, beautiful body. And it's like, I think
about A King of Battle and Blood, where the main character Isolde mentioned that, my God, my thigh is twice the size of your head. And at first, I was like, wait, what?
That just, it's crazy. Can you imagine if you
slay, I guess.
I know, but it's just like.
I get what you mean. It's the weird descriptions, I guess.
Yeah. And it feels as if sometimes, I don't know, I don't know these authors personally, but sometimes it doesn't feel like they're plus size. So they're like, I'm a plus size ally. I swear I have a big friend. And it's like, no.
Here's my big friend.
It's just like, no, it's weird. And I kind of empathize with the girl who played Penelope.
Yes.
Featherington. Because wasn't she the one who mentioned, like, I don't want people to consider me like a plus size icon?
I think she was just tired of always being described as just plus size. But also, that was the same thing with the Euphoria actress. America?
I think so.
I think is her name.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. She had said the same thing, that she's just tired of being, I guess, praised as this plus size icon.
Because it feels like a backhanded compliment sometimes with the, wow, you're so brave.
You're so brave. You're so confident.
I could never do that. But you're so comfortable in your own skin. And it's like, yeah, I kind of look like this.
I mean, I was comfortable before you said that.
And it's not even about being uncomfortable. It's just the fact that, like, what were you trying to achieve with that comment? Because I remember back in the Tumblr days when people would post, just like a person posting a photo and they happened to be plus size, it would be someone commenting like, wow, ... I'm speechless, ... I can't believe it, ... I love how you look. And it's like, why did you make it seem like you were about to you're about to come for me?
I hate it because it almost makes you want to feel like they were going to come for you. You know what I mean? But then they have the satisfaction of being like, no, I said a compliment. Yeah. I ended that with a compliment. You just read it wrong. So you're the problem.
Just free me from this cage. Like, it drives me insane. It's crazy. Funny you bring that up because that was such a random. rant to have.
Yeah, it was very random. Like, I feel like you could have had it in any other fantasy romance book that we read this year.
But I feel like Kaylie Smith.
Kaylie listens.
She listens. And I feel like that's going to be a very topical.
Yeah, topical.
Topical question.
Topical topic.
Topical topic. Oh my gosh, for this episode.
So, Cheli.
Yes.
Do you think going back into the Wicked Games series, where our main characters, one of them is a plus-size queen, the other one is a wraith, do you think that can fix your life?
I do.
Okay, good. Welcome to another episode of the Book Fix Podcast, a podcast where we fix lives one wicked game at a time. I'm your host, Yajaira.
And I'm your host, Cheli. And this is actually our book of the month.
Yes, so this is May's book of the month, Enchantra by Kaylie Smith. And I just want to say that I have been loving Toadstool's comments. Their comments on like the chapters. Because if you didn't know, we do have book clubs, which if you're interested in joining, you can find us on the Book Fix Pod in Fable and in Goodreads.
And you can find those links to those book clubs on our link tree as well, linktr.ee/thebookfix. Can I also apologize?
What?
Because you're always so on it with the book club. I'm dying right now.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm sorry that I wasn't on top of it for this month, but
It's okay.
But she'll shine soon.
She will shine soon. Don't worry.
She's just been a busy girl.
It's okay. We forgive you.
Oh, you're so nice.
So let's try not to derail too much. There will be spoilers ahead. So if you want to read this on your own, go read it and then come back and join in the discussion. But if you want to pretend like you read it, we're here for you.
Love that.
So let's get the backstory before we get into it, okay? There was a human man named Barrington. He fell in love with a demon named Vera. They had a couple babies.
A couple being
7.
Okay.
Quick, what are their names?
Oh my god.
What are the names?
Do I have to say it in order or can I just say them?
Okay, go ahead and say them in order of love, of how much you love them.
Okay. you act as if I remember all of them. Okay, well, I know one of them was Sevington.
He's the one you love the most?
No, I don't. Okay. Sevington, Ellington, Gravington, Remington, Rowington, our main character, one of our main characters. I'm missing one that wasn't really in it, right? I'm missing the forgotten one.
The forgotten one.
The one where they would have Wellington. That's the way you cook meat. That's crazy.
What is it?
I think
I don't cook meat.
Something.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me.
What is the order of age?
I'm not saying that. It's all that matters.
Gravington, Covington, Rowington, which is the second main character, Remington, which is his twin, Sevington, Wellington, Ellington.
Okay, I want to fix a statement I made earlier in this episode. I don't care if you have a lot of siblings, like your significant other. What I do care about is if it was like, here is all my Ingtons. Like, here is and my beautiful father, Barrington.
Okay, Barrington thought he ate. Also, why did he get to choose the names? I'm sorry,
Unless Vera
pushed them out.
Unless Vera was like, Barrington.
Hold on.
You got something going on with that name. Wait, that kind of eats. I can't with the matching names. That's what gets
That's something
me.
You would do. You so would do
Yes.
that. You would do that.
Okay, I remember, you know what? It doesn't matter because I don't want to give any baby names because people are going to come and take them and then those kids are going to become famous and I'm going to be sad.
Because my kid should have been famous.
Were you going to bring up
Can I say that there was a name that you told me that you wanted to name your child? I don't know if it's still the same.
It's probably not.
Probably not. We were really young. I think I was a senior in high school maybe. Mm-hmm. And I'm can I just say it publicly? Yes. Can I publicly apologize to you?
Okay.
Please.
It's
Queen,
fine.
I am so sorry for laughing when you told me that you wanted to name your child Barry.
Oh!
Because
I still really like that.
I had never ever heard of someone named Barry before. Yeah. I know, that's so stupid that I didn't. Hello, Barry Allen?
Barry.
After that, then I saw the flash and I was like, oh, Barry.
You did laugh.
I get it.
I just went home and went to my
your whiteboard?
Yeah, no, my junk journal, like my diary, and I ripped the page out. Stupid. I look in the mirror. Why did you even say that? It was fresh into our friendship too.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. My first child forgives you. They will be Barry. Okay. I love that name so much.
I just didn't know that Barry was a name.
Well, I think you laughed more at the fact that I wanted to name them Barreled.
Oh, yes! It was Barreled! I forgot about that.
So I can call him Barry for short.
Barreled is... That's rough.
Can I tell you?
Rough.
Can I tell you something? Baby name. No one take this. No one take this. I want to name my girl, one of my girls, Mallory.
Mallory.
Yeah, because I forget the word, but it stands for duck. So they can.
That's hilarious.
I go home today.
Hey, stupid. No. I love that. I thought you were gonna say Mal, like Mal from Shadow and Bone.
I don't think I would name one of my kids after a book character. Cut to me. I give birth. This is Hamish Dumbledore, and it's like every single character.
Dumbledore.
Mal, Darkling, Darlington.
It's
just every single name.
Darlington. Alex? Was that the girl?
Alex,
Alexandra, Esther. Alexandria.
Yeah. I love it.
The longest.
No one take it. No one take it.
They already pinky promised. They can't.
No one take it. But yeah, Mallory.
That's hilarious.
I think that's a really cute name. Don't take it. Don't take it.
I won't.
Have you seen that episode of Friends?
I've never seen Friends.
Where Jennifer Aniston's character had a baby. Spoiler alert.
Oh my God. How dare you?
She had a baby.
I was going to start it. And I was going to watch it.
I know. And that episode too. She had a baby and she didn't know what to name it. And her best friend was like, oh, you know, when I have a kid, I'm going to name my kid this. And she was like,
She stole the name.
She stole the name. And I feel like you're going to take Barry Mallory.
I won't. Don't worry.
Trust me, it's safe.
Trust me, I won't.
You don't get it. You don't get it. You won't get it until you see my two twins, Barry and Mallory. Barreled and
Merrilled.
Okay. So our book is
Can I finish what I was saying?
Oh, yeah, I didn't remember. Go ahead.
Okay, so like I was saying, we're backtracking. We're giving you the world first, okay? So Barrington, Vera, human, demon, had 7 babies. Then Vera got sick with the crimson rot, which I guess is a disease for demons. And Barrington was already the familiar to this devil named Knox. And he was like, hey, if we strike a deal, can you help my wife, please? Because I love her so much. I would do anything for her. So the way that Knox worded it, he had said, like, your kids have to partake in the hunt in a year, where they basically have to kill each other, which is fine because they're wraiths, so they're immortal. So yes, they'll die and go to hell, but they'll come back. And then I will give you this antidote that'll only cure her for the year, but I guess Barrington didn't know that it was just for the year. So the way that he worded it, he kind of just got him, you know? And so now his kids have to partake in the hunt every year. How many years has it been? I don't know. Too many.
It's been more than 20. I know that because our boy Rowington is usually the winner of these games. And he talked about being the winner for 15 years in a row until Covington, right? Was the one who won the last game.
Right.
Can I ask something? The crimson rot, I'm confused with how severe it actually is.
Well, it seems pretty severe. She's bedridden.
But is it like a known thing? And is it contagious?
I don't think it's contagious. I think that it's just one of the diseases demons get.
I don't know. It kind of just seemed weird that she was just, oh yeah, she has it. And it's like, I wish there was more lore behind the crimson rot. Because honestly, when I read it, it kind of just flew over my head. I was like, Mom's just sick.
Mom's a little sick.
Mom's just got a
Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay. So our main character's name is Genevieve. Vivi. Genevieve is the sister of Ophelia, the main character from Phantasma. The one that Ophelia went to go save. So she was kind of trying to find her own purpose at the beginning of the book. Her mom had passed in the first book, but had received a letter from Barrington and was like, bestie.
Hey, girly.
Hey, Tessie. So haven't seen you, girl. Come visit me. Me and my 7 kids. This is a picture of all of them. And it's like one of those scrolls. Like, okay.
Look at all my 7 kids.
So.
But he had specifically said, make sure you come before the spring.
So Genevieve got this and was like, oh my gosh, what if there's necromancers out there? People like me. So
it didn't help that she felt so alone. Because something that I didn't realize while reading Phantasma was how isolated she was. Like her mother really focused a lot on Ophelia because she was going to be the next necromancer. And so Vivi just really wanted, a family of her own. That wasn't just her sister and her sister's sexy husband, Salem.
So she goes to the address that Barrington had given. And when she gets there, she notices that it's just an open field.
Yeah.
And is it because she's a necromancer, she can tell that it's like magicked away?
I think so. Because somebody's with her and they're like, there's nothing here, girl. But she's like, no, I can kind of see a little bit of a glimmer of something.
Yeah.
I think that's why. I'm not sure.
So she ends up, because she has like a threatening aura that she could do with magic. Like she could charm people. So she charmed this guy to take her there and then kind of charms him to go away. And that's a funny thing to say. He's like, oh my gosh, she's so hot, but I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
So he leaves. She's there alone. And then she sees the big castle. Is the castle called Enchantra?
Yes.
Okay. So she knocks on the door and
this sexy, sexy man opens the door.
Beautiful, 10 feet tall, 40 pack. Beautiful man.
105 piercings.
Oh my God.
Can I just say something?
Yes.
This man had a lot of piercings. Why was his tongue not pierced? I'm pissed about that.
He's like, that one would hurt.
That one hurts too
One
much.
hurts too much. Can I tell you something? After reading this book, I feel like I'm going to get a piercing over the summer. Did I tell you that?
Tongue?
Not on my tongue. Oh my gosh, that one hurts. That one hurts too much.
It just gets a little swollen.
I don't know. It'll be a surprise.
I'll go with you because I want to get a piercing too.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, be for real right now.
I'm being for real.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so let me just say, when this sexy man opens the door, he's not that kind to her. He's like basically like cursing at her like GTFO, bye-bye, there's no Barrington here, see you later, alligator. And so then he shuts the door in her face. But the thing about Vivi, girl can't take a hint. Well, she can, but she doesn't want to.
Closes the door and it's like, oh my God, he wants me.
He wants me so bad. Good thing I can go invisible. So she goes invisible and sneaks right in.
Yes.
Little did she know, she damned herself.
Yeah, because after going in, she can no longer go back out. So the whole idea of Enchantra, not only do the Inktons, the siblings,
All the Inktons, yeah.
they all have to take part of the game, of course, like you said. But now because Genevieve is in there, she now also has to take part in the games.
I think she has to take part because she's not actually in the family. And so Rowington, who is the love interest, he's like, oh, I have a sick idea. I have this sick idea.
Sick idea hit.
To just keep the sexy girl safe. What if I marry her? I don't know. Crazy idea, guys. I've been single for how long? It ends today.
How long? Carry the 4. Dang, dude. How did you feel?
I was so excited. One thing I love is the trope of forced marriage. But when we read the summary, I thought it was just fake dating. But now we had both, so I was really happy.
But can I say, not enough fake dating.
Boo! Tomato.
No, it wasn't enough. Do you think so? Do you think it was just right?
Kaylee, I'm here with you, girl. I'm here with you.
There wasn't enough. There should have been more.
Okay, but you know what I love about this book? Is that it was finally a slow burn.
Yeah.
Cheli and I have had the worst luck. Lately, we've only read Insta-Love. So I was so happy with the fact that this was a very gradual love story.
Yeah, you're right.
So
she kind of ate with that one.
Yeah, she did. I was eating it up.
So they get married in a very quick way.
Yeah, very quick, very beautiful.
But Rowan does tell Genevieve, okay, but like you for realsies have to pretend to be my wife and pretend to like me and pretend to laugh at my jokes and think I'm the most charming person ever, whatever, in front of the demon Nox, because he's the one, the devil Nox, because he's the one that's in charge of Enchantra. And if he knows that we're scheming this beautiful plan that I mastered in my beautiful mind, then we're fucked. Like something can happen to us.
Yeah. During these trials, they have to stay alive in order to win at the end, because him marrying her was kind of like a loophole. If they win, then he's out. He's out, baby. Now he can't partake in these little games.
Before, since he had just been winning and he was on his own and it was just the siblings, there was no way to get out. So this is the first time that one of them actually has like the option to get out. And I was kind of wondering while I was reading this why the siblings weren't just like, okay, we'll just fake losing and then you get out.
I think the reason is because there's been so much tension between them. Like, can you imagine? Every year you have to literally fight your siblings.
That's every day of my life.
I know, like literally though.
No, yeah. It made me sad because there was one point in the book where Genevieve finds a bunch of letters in Rowington's drawer, and it was to his siblings.
Aww.
And it just felt like their relationship had been so estranged, and it hurt. Because there were multiple times where Genevieve, before Enchantra started, would see them interact. And she was like, oh my gosh, they're like really cool.
Yeah, they're really cool, really chill. I wish I had that many siblings.
I wish I had a sibling. And Ophelia somewhere gets a chill. She's like, what was that?
Ophelia's like, wait, is she talking shit about me?
It just made me sad because I feel like Kaylie Smith did a really good job pushing the fact that this is just a really terrible situation that a family got stuck in.
I know. And that's what I love about this book, because Phantasma, although like the trials sucked, yes, I would probably die. There's something different about just doing with a bunch of strangers, you know, getting rid of strangers and then having to go through games with like your siblings. So that's what I really, really loved about this book.
And the fact that Barrington, the dad, just didn't really do anything.
Well, I mean, Barrington kind of felt bad, I guess, because he put them in this situation.
Yeah.
And so now he just didn't talk to them. So typical dad.
Typical dad right here.
Typical dad activities, honestly.
Oh my gosh. I hate it. I hate it.
It's like that shit where it's like when your parent yells at you, but then they show up, you want some fruit?
Yes. Oh my God.
You want some sopa? Or what?
I don't know. You want papaya? Yeah, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. I feel like after they get married, it goes pretty quick into the first game.
Yes, I do want to say that I loved how different Vivi was from Ophelia. Yeah. Like, she was very, very, very stubborn.
Yeah, she was.
Anything that Rowan would tell her, she was like, how do I do the opposite? How do I mess this up for you?
But low key, it would make me so angry when he would be like, okay, we need to make sure Nox doesn't know that we're faking it. And then she'd be like, no.
Faking it? Faking what?
But it's kind of like, you should know that you got to put a little bit of effort in this. You should know that because you got married, you do have to share a room. Yeah. You can't go back to your room. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Wait, but can I say something that I love? Oh my God, I love this shit so much. Because it's so telenovela coded. You know what I mean? So after they get married, she kind of passes out because it's at the time mark when everyone loses their powers. Yeah. So I think it's from midnight to like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. And so when she wakes up, she's like, you know, her head to the door. She's listening in on the conversation between the siblings. And all of the siblings are so anti her. I don't know why. I'm not sure why. They just don't want their brother to be happy, I guess. And so Gravington is the most... what's the word? Least loving? Yeah. Least loving, I guess. So he was fighting with Rowan, and he was like, don't even think about it, okay? I'm gonna go after your wife. As soon as the bell dings, she's dead. And then Rowan's like, don't touch my wife. She's mine.
Oh my gosh. She got mad at that though, because Genevieve was like, you don't get to call me yours. I only want the person who absolutely loves me to call me that. So don't ever say that again.
Yeah, but I ate that up. So I love that scene so much.
So the first game in Enchantra
is roaming rooms, and the first hunter is Gravington.
Because he won the last one?
No.
I thought it was the winner of the last one.
Covington didn't win the last one. It was Rowington. Because he had been gone, remember?
Oh, you're right. Okay.
So Gravington was the first hunter. And for some reason, Vivi gets the bright idea. Okay, let me explain roaming rooms. Roaming rooms is basically you have to hide in one room for 4 hours. And then you get like a little bit of a leeway to run into another room to hide in that room. But if you don't make it, then you die.
Okay.
Basically. So she gets the bright idea to hide outside.
And it was snowing.
It was snowing. So she was turning into a popsicle.
That's crazy.
So she's hiding behind a bush. And then Gravington, of course, shows up after a couple of hours. And he starts stabbing the bushes.
Oh my God. That's crazy. She's so lucky.
I know, but it almost got her. Almost got her eye.
That's crazy. So when she goes back inside, she sees her husband, Rowington.
Well, Rowington comes out and gets her.
Oh, yeah, you're right. And then takes her to Gravington's bathroom. Because it was like, a man's never going to check his bathroom.
And he was right. Gravington didn't check the bathroom.
Takes her in and is just kind of solidifying the fact, like, I'm here to protect you. Like, I don't think you understand how much I need to win this for us. Like, I'm here to protect you.
For us and my mommy, okay?
I know. Oh, yeah. Did we mention that? Because he wants to find the cure for crimson rot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if we did.
But that's the thing that's pushing him forward. So they win this one. I don't think anyone dies.
No, but she gets really badly injured because Ellington has to heal her up.
Yeah. I really, really like the fact that anytime she was getting injured or anytime she would get separated or any of that, Rowington was always very patient and always waiting for her. And she always thought to herself in those moments, like, wow, the only one who's ever done that for me is Ophelia.
I know. I thought that was really sweet. And I love how their love story progressed. Okay, so we already explained that the siblings are wraiths. Let me explain what kind of wraiths they are. Covington and Sevington are blood wraiths. Rowan, Wells, and Remy are shadow wraiths. Grave is a void wraith. And I think Ellington is just some healing wraith.
It's just some guy.
Just some healing wraith, I guess.
Oh, she's the only daughter. I forgot. Ellington.
Yeah. All these guys.
Oh my gosh.
All these brothers. Can you imagine having so many brothers? Just one girl. Okay, so the second game is random starts. The hunter is Remy, which is Rowington's twin brother. Oh my God. This one was juicy.
This is crazy. What was the point in this game?
Basically, you just get zapped into another room.
So she have to make it.
Yeah, so she gets zapped. I don't remember where she was.
A dining room, I think.
It felt like the basement, like under the cupboards. That's what I pictured anyway. And then all of a sudden, this sexy man shows up.
And Remington and Rowington, they're identical twins.
Yeah, except Rowington has piercings and a lot of tattoos. So I was really confused. I was thinking, wait, so is Remington just like turtled up, like turtleneck?
Can you imagine? She walks into a room like, wow, strange place. And then you hear from another room like, ah! It's like he comes in, a bloody piercing. Hey, I'm your husband. That's crazy.
He's just shaking.
Because he pierced himself.
Well, yeah. So Remington, as Rowington, tries to seduce her. He just like goes up to her, starts touching her, and he's like, you want to have some real fun? And then she just pulls the piercing right out of him, the one on his lip. And he's like, ow, ow.
Do you think? Because, I mean, hear the rest of this on Patreon. But do you think all of the piercings were visible? Or was it just that one piercing? You know what I mean? Was that the only one you could see?
I think most of the piercings were not visible.
Okay, do you think...
Join our Patreon for more discussions on that.
Do you think Remington was like, I mean, I gotta look realistic. I gotta go all the way.
He had very limited time, so I don't think so.
Just waddling over to her. He was like, give me a minute. You don't know what I've been through.
Oh, I have an idea. But anyway, she escapes him. And then I think she bumps into her husband again.
She bumps into her husband and then is like, oh my gosh, your brother Remington.
Yeah. He wanted to get nasty.
Yeah. And then Rowan gets really mad and is like, did he touch you? What happened? Tell me the dates. And she basically says like nothing happened. Everything's okay. And he calms down and they survive this one. But this is the one where she gets teleported somewhere for like a couple of hours, right?
No. This is the one where they learn about the tokens.
Oh, yeah. So even though Enchantra is its own game,
There's
Enchantra...
like mini games.
Amazing. I love Mario Party. So they can play these games to get tokens. And if they get tokens, they're allowed to sit out the other game, the other Enchantra game. They were not able... Oh, no, they were able to get this token, but Rowington gave it to Ellington, who healed up.
But first, let's explain. Rowington has a familiar.
Umbra.
Which she's a fox and she's super cute. Love her. And while they're playing this mini game, he gets like locked up somewhere. He gets caged up. And so she has to jump into this piranha infested lake to get Umbra out. And so she does that without hesitating. But she gets really badly injured again. Yeah. She gets injured a lot in this book.
And that's why Ellington heals her, because
he gives her the token.
Yes. Do that for your wife.
But then afterwards, they have the most passionate kiss. And honestly, no notes from me. Kaylie, you ate that up.
She's so good at writing like steamy scenes. Oh my gosh. Moved me to tears.
Okay, so game 3, 7 is the hunter, and it's solitary confinement.
I don't remember this one. This is the one where she gets stuck in a room for a couple of hours.
Yeah, I think so too. I think this is when they partake in activities, maybe. Oh, yes, because then she tells him, you know what? I can't do this anymore. This tension between us, I can't do it no more. But then they do it.
Can I pause, though? Pin. We didn't talk about... Genevieve has had issues in love before. She had, by this point, had already told Rowington about her ex... Pharaoh.
Ex-lover, Pharaoh.
So he was a man that came from like a bunch of wealth, and she thought everything was going good with him until one day, just literally a random Tuesday, he was like, you're just for funsies, right? Like, my mom has a girl back home that I'm gonna marry, but we still have 2 good days together, so like might as well make it worth it. Like,
well, it's because she thought that he was going to propose or something, or things were going to get really serious. And then he kind of like laughed at her and was like, girls like you are for fun times only.
That's crazy.
My mama, she already picked out my wife. She's got money, so.
I felt so bad because like the day after that, she had promised to meet up with Pharaoh and drank a lot of whiskey. And ended up sleeping with like the best friend in hopes that that would make him like heartbroken.
Yeah, like have him react.
But because of just situations that had occurred, there was a terrible fire in which that best friend just got really badly injured and has just scarring now.
Yeah.
And she never forgave herself for this. And when she tells Rowington that, Rowington's like, I hope you know that's not your fault, right? And she was like, well, I'm not sure. And they used to play 2 truths, 1 lie. And he was like, I really hope that's your lie, because you should know it's not your fault.
Yeah, that's kind of their thing. They're just always playing two truths, one lie. But I mean, they don't get the concept of the game because they always do it the exact same order.
Two truths and a lie.
Yeah, seriously. But I mean, I do think that's cute.
Yeah.
That that's how they get to know each other because at first they were both very guarded. Mm-hmm. But then eventually, you know, they started to get to know each other more.
Yes.
So there was a line that he had told her. I can't find it for some reason. But
had they already had sex by this point?
They were just messing around, but I do
want to say there is a line that Genevieve says that I really like, where the first time they're gonna sleep in the same bed together, just like normal, go to sleep in the same bed together. Mm-hmm. He tells her like it's okay if you take off your clothes. I mean, like I've seen a woman's body before.
Yeah, nothing I haven't seen before.
And she says, I hate when guys say that. You haven't seen me before, and I'm spectacular.
Yeah.
Queen.
Yeah. I thought that was iconic behavior. There was a line that he had told her where she is a very insecure person because of Pharaoh and because she feels so alone, you know, especially seeing her sister be so happy in love with Salem. God, I love Salem. I don't think we haven't said that enough.
I love it.
Or at all, actually. Salem 8. But anyway, so because she feels so insecure, he tells her this like really beautiful line where she is the light wherever she goes.
Yeah.
Something like that. And I thought it was really sweet. So there, again, their love story is very gradual, and I appreciated that a lot.
What's the next game?
So the next game is... We did 7, right? Yes, we did. By the way, I do want to say that I loved 7's line because she asks 7, hey, is it weird to fall in love fast? And 7 tells her, well, I mean, if you hate someone really fast, why would it be weird to fall in love fast? And then he tells her, if there's no risk in life, I don't think it's worth the journey. And I was like, wow, man, 7.
Quote that. Put it on a t-shirt, 7.
I can get that tattooed on my back.
Is this next Enchantra game the one where they use a token?
It's Birds and Stones, and it's Ellen. Which Birds and Stones is basically she wants to get 2 people in one shot.
Yes.
So you're trying to not be with anybody. But at this point of the story, they're both kind of like feeling unsure of where they stand because they have messed around a little bit. Mm-hmm. But she tells him, I don't want you to touch me or hold me like that unless you really want me, you know?
It's so funny because like they're having these like talks out loud. And I think they're with Covington, and Covington is just like, I don't want to hear this. My brother?
I'm older than him. Stop.
I just thought it was so cute because even though they were in the middle of a game, there was a point where they were all, I think, in the library, and it felt very familial.
Oh, yeah, that was this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was so beautiful because they all reached a point where they were like, I don't even care anymore. So at the end of near the end of the game, they all just were playing games with each other. Mm-hmm. So I thought that was really cute. Really cute, really sweet.
But they get a token in this game. And Ellington loses. And by this point, I think Rowington is like, you know what? I just want us to have a good time. Why don't we go visit hell?
Which, by the way, we didn't really explain that the game that they're partaking in is being televised by the devil Nox. And I think other devils and demons are basically viewing it. So
it's a very well-known thing because apparently there's even like a voting system.
Yes. So one of the players can win favored, which means that they're the most popular person. And you basically win like a token or something.
A ticket to the Bahamas. It's like, yay!
to Disneyland.
I did it. We're going to Disney.
So all of the mirrors are cameras.
Okay. So they go to hell. Mm-hmm. This very much 1000% feels like a date because there's
like a real date to hell.
No, oh my gosh.
We have romantic beam. Look at that pile of coal over there.
Oh my gosh. I love how it's always hot here.
I love the smell. Cinnamon.
Just screaming in the background. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yes.
Hell ASMR. Okay, so they go, and it's really funny because since this is televised, people are seeing her. And they're going like, oh my gosh, Genevieve, big fan.
Big fan. I have loved you guys from the very beginning.
Shipped you since day one. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I thought that was interesting. I feel like I loved the way that she reacted because she was just like, what do I say to that?
Yeah.
What do I even say? Thank you for watching us mess around on TV.
Yeah. But she knew what she was doing.
Yeah, she knew because I think Knox had told her, if you don't put on a show, you're not going to win favored. And you want to win favored.
So they go specifically to visit
Vera
Rowington's mom. And she is so sweet. Automatically loves Genevieve.
Yeah, I thought that was really nice.
I appreciate the fact that when Rowington introduced Genevieve as his wife, Genevieve didn't like shrug it off. Because I feel like there's just a sense of like, it's in front of your mom.
Yeah.
You know, and she already looks like she's like one step out the door.
Well, he had said, this is my friend. I was like, friend?
But then
look at this ring.
She said her name.
Oh my God, we didn't say the ring. The ugly ass ring. Wait, let me explain it. So at the beginning of the book, when they get married, Rowington gifts her a ring. And I love this so much where basically the ring gets hot whenever someone who...
ill intention is near her.
Yes, exactly. So, you know, while they're playing the game, obviously, like, for example, Ellington didn't have ill intention towards her until it was her turn to be the hunter. So then it would get hot when Ellington was near. I loved this so much, and I thought it was funny that she was like, this is the ugliest ring I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I would never pick this out for myself.
I know.
Okay, I'll take it back. No, it's mine. You don't take it.
You gave it to me.
It's so sweet because when he's nearby, it's cool.
I know.
It's cooler.
And it's never changed. But okay, keep going with Vera.
So it's just very sweet because he introduces her and then, you know, she figures out that Genevieve is the wife. And it's just so like, it makes you think like, wow, this family can really work. Me and all the Inktons and Vera.
I just love them so much.
I know. So when they're leaving, Rowington Genevieve mentions, like, I saw you buy a gift when we were at the market.
Yeah, and you didn't give it to your mom.
And he's like,
you're so rude.
Babe, that's because it's for you.
Yeah. He pulls out a necklace or a bracelet.
A bracelet.
That says, the light is where you are.
I don't remember when he says this line, but I'm going to mention it now. There's a point where they talk about that, the whole idea of being the light. Mm-hmm. And he mentions to her, like, I've always been a shadow, and I feel like if it weren't for you, I would go unnoticed.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, shut the fuck up.
I'll be right back. That's crazy. If someone hit me with that line. Oh.
Pregnant the next day.
I know.
I love him so much. Literally, the way that I love Rowington Silver, I don't think anyone can compare.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. So then I thought it was real juicy that while they're in hell, Knox was like, hey, I want to talk to Rowington by himself. Then afterwards, he came and talked to Vivi by herself.
Yes.
And he told Vivi, hey, I'm going to show you my tokens, my game room, where basically you'll get to see everything that you could possibly win if you win favored. But one catch, you can't remember what's in this room, right? And at first she's like, no, I'll never make a deal with the devil. But then she has to agree because she wants a token. Yeah. And so once they're inside, he like shows her different things. Like there's something that can help her forget one specific person, which of course she thinks about Pharaoh. There's like this necklace that you could put your soul in it. The soul binding necklace, I guess. And then there's like other things. And then he's like, and this little liquid right here, the cure for crimson rot.
Who would have thought? It's just watered down Pepto-Bismol.
He's just like,
no one would have thought this.
My medicine. I know. And of course she's like, oh my God, like, please, I need that. I need to help the Silvers, my family. But because as soon as she got involved with all of these devils, she started throwing out the fact that, wait, I know the prince of the devils, Salem. He's my brother-in-law and he loves me so much.
Yeah, he adores me.
So now everybody knows that she knows where Salem is, and read Phantasma. But basically his dad wants him back. And so he tells her, I'll give this to you if you bring me Salem. And she immediately says no, because she would never do that to Ophelia. Yeah. She loves her sister. She only has one sister. She'll never do that. If she had 3, maybe.
You know what makes me happy? The fact that she said no so quickly. And then later in the story, a little later, Rowington does let her know that he made a similar deal with her.
With Knox.
And told Knox, or Knox asked him, if you kill your wife, right? Then all of you and your siblings can go free.
Yeah.
And he said no.
And this is everything he's ever wanted. Yep. So he was so angry at the fact that he fell in love.
What he didn't think, babe, was how hard I was going to fall. He didn't know.
I didn't know either.
I love. So there's just this like weight with like the last game, because obviously Knox wants a show. And I think the last game only involves 3, right?
So the 6th game was Rowington's turn, and he just stabs Ellington because she's like, I'm out of here. Bye. And because he stabbed Ellington, they basically get to sit out the rest of the round. And at the last round, it's going to be Gravington, Rowington, and Vivi. And
Gravington was the least loving one, right?
Yes, and it's basically just like a free-for-all. Like, everyone's just going to fight to the death. And there can only be one winner unless it's the couple, of course. And yeah, Gravington was so rude to Vivi the whole time. Like, he tried killing her so many times.
Yep. So...
he's kind of my favorite. I don't know.
Stabs you? Wait.
What are we?
Oh my God.
He just added so much drama.
He's obsessed with me. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Knox comes to this one, right?
Yeah, the way that I pictured it was like in an arena. Like Knox was there front and center, and he was like, okay, guys, I can't wait.
You guys can ask for one thing, right? And then it appears in their pocket?
No, it's just her. Because she won most favored, which is the popular vote, she feels the weight of whatever token she picked in her pocket, which it doesn't show what it is until later.
Okay.
And then he's like, sorry, Vivi, I love you so much, girl, but I did tell Rowington and Gravington that if they were to kill you, then their mommy gets freed and saved, and they all get freed and saved. And so then the brothers go after her.
Yeah, and Rowington turns around and is like, no hard feelings, babe.
No hard feelings, babe. We fell too hard, but I gotta pick my mom.
So they are fighting, and mid-fight, one of them is like, want to play 2 truths, 1 lie? He does. He says that to her.
Oh my God, Gravington would not say that.
No, I know, Gravington's like, oh my God, what? I love that game. No, but Rowington says that to Genevieve and says to her,
you're mine.
No, you're in love with me is the first one.
You're in love with me. You're mine. And this little trick is not going to work.
And it's like, that's our little game. I know that's a lie. So he believes in me. And so she takes out the object from her pocket.
Which was the soul
locket.
Soul locket.
Yeah.
And she tells him, take care of my soul. And he stabs her. But in the heart.
Gravington was in on it.
I know.
That's so surprising, but so sweet that siblings really come through. She's passing away. I knew you were my favorite. I knew it was always you.
I think it would be really funny if she was like, you know what? You're in 5th place now. I know.
You make it to like the top 5.
Top 4 maybe?
I'll take it.
I mean, there's so many of them, so.
Dang. Oh. So she passes away. They've been married for what, 4 days?
No.
That's crazy.
It's been longer than that.
5 days. It's been like a few weeks.
So she passes away, unfortunately.
Rest in paradise.
R.I.P. Queen. And when she comes back, Salem is real mad at her.
Yeah.
Salem, you know, the sexy Prince of the Devils was the first one. Go read Phantasma.
And he's like, bestie,
bitch. Oh, but it's in the southern accent. I don't know how to do that, but
Betsy. It's like
Betsy. Okay. So he tells her
what happened. What in tarnation happened?
what incarnate. I can't do that. Okay, he is just like two tall, really handsome, really sexy men came in, piercings everywhere.
Best friend bracelets. Genevieve ex Salem forever.
What? No.
Yeah, because they're best friends.
Okay,
and
focus.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Focus.
Salem is like
Can
what?
I finish what I was saying? So Salem is just like, girl, these two tall men, really sexy. One of them has a lot of piercings, brought you in dead, and I had to put you back together. But unfortunately, the only way for you to get back together is for you to forget the thing you love the most. And she's just like, love the most. I mean, my sister.
Yeah, she was
my
listing.
mom, you, I guess. I don't know. There's no one else.
It's so sad. When Ophelia comes out, she basically says, like, whatever you were a part of and whatever you were doing, there's this person who's been leaving you letters explaining everything.
Yeah. So Rowan is writing her letters, but he's like going very slow.
Yeah.
He's like, day 1, this is what happened. Day 2, this is what happened. Babe, we definitely didn't fight. Like, we never fought. You're always right. So he's just explaining everything to her.
And it's so sad because, like, she's reading them and it, like, is interesting, but you can tell there's just, like, a disconnect. Like, she doesn't get it. And so there's one day she's at the market and she crashes into this big, tall piercings. Every single piece of his skin is piercing, man. And she's just like, oh, sorry, whatever. And he looks at the floor. He's like nervous. He's like, did you happen to drop that thing right there? And she looks down and it's the ring that he had proposed and engaged to her with, the really ugly one. And
that heats up when someone wants to do you harm. It's
so
close by.
She looks at it. I think she picks it up and then she's like, oh,
Ugh.
I would not wear this.
I wouldn't. Do you see these jewels on me? You see these? I have good taste.
And then he says, yeah, you wouldn't wear it because it's hideous.
So ugly, right? So he takes the ring while he's walking away, but then she regrets it. She's like, no, wait, actually, I think it is mine.
And he looks hopeful. So she takes it and weeks pass. And she has a random dream about a guy and it's him. And she doesn't really understand why. But when she wakes up, she's like, I feel like I need to put on that ring. Yeah. And when she does, she starts to get memories that aren't her own, but Rowan's memories.
Yeah.
And it's him talking to Knox, right?
No. So Vivi sees when Rowan went to the king of the devils, which is Salem's dad, and he was like begging. He was like, please, I love this girl too much. She's my wife, but she doesn't remember me. So, like, is there any way you can get her memories back? And the king is like, see, memories, that's hard for me. That's hard for me, you know? But then when he hears the name Genevieve Silver, he's like, whoa, Salem is close to her. So you know what? I can't do it, but you need to bring me Salem. But of course, Rowington knows that she would be real mad at him if he did that. So he tells the king, how about you just tie our lives together? So now their lifespan is tied to each other. But she had to accept the ring, which she did.
Do you think he felt it? Do you think there was a wave of magic where he was like, oh my gosh, I got my wife back.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
Oh my gosh.
I actually don't know how long.
Yeah, because he felt what being mortal feels like.
Dude.
Everything hurts. My back aches. My bones popping weird
Why do
ways.
my knees hurt?
I know. I'm going to go get my wife. Give me my ibuprofen and I'm out of here. Dang. So
he's like, Mom, I'm sorry, forget the Crimson Rock. We need to fix these knees.
Why does everything hurt?
So she shows up to this place that he's been going to every night. And he's like, I've been doing Enchantra for 15 years. But waiting for you has felt the longest of my whole life.
Man of sweet words. Oh my God.
And so they kiss, they hug, they're married again.
And they live happily ever after.
Epilogue. What's the epilogue?
It's 2 months later, and it's just like a very domestic life.
Yeah.
It's Salem, Ophelia, and Genevieve being at their home, and Rowan and the rest of the Inktons are coming over. And they're just so friendly with each other. Like, friendly with Salem, friendly with everyone.
Yeah, it's so sweet.
Yeah. And they're happy.
So obviously there's going to be a third Wicked Games. I'm not sure if it's still going to be with them.
It has to be one of the siblings.
It has to, because the mom is still not cured. So stay tuned. The end. Oh my God. 5 out of 5 book. It was so good. I was obsessed with the story. It felt really short. And that's how I know I was really into it.
Dang. I will say that maybe go subscribe to our Patreon to go listen to us talk about certain scenes in more detail.
And if you've read this book, you know exactly what we're going to be talking about.
I'm going to hold on to that.
Yeah.
But that being said, this whole book was a fucking masterpiece. It was so good. I just like hands down like 5 out of 5. I don't know. Well, it might compete for book of the year. I don't know.
This one definitely for me, I think is going to be competing for book of the year for me, because I can't really think of what else I've given a 5-star that's really, really gripped me this year.
Oh, dang.
So, Kaylee, you did it again. Thank you so much. Can't wait for the next one.
I don't want to...
Send us an arc, please.
Okay. Yes, Kaylee. Oh, my gosh.
At the Bookfix Pod.
Okay, pause right here.
No, wait. At the Bookfix Podcast at gmail.com. Thank you.
Pause right here, Kaylee. Pause,
please. Pause. Stop the email.
Unpopular opinion.
Oh, what is that?
I don't want to read another game. I'm done with games.
Oh my God. It's literally called Wicked Games.
I don't care. They better play like Mario Party in the next one.
Oh my God. But they kind of did in this one with the tokens. Yeah, they did. So.
Okay, you're right. I don't know. It's just.
I personally really love the fact that there's games, because okay, out of all of the game stories that we've read, I really liked these ones a lot.
Okay,
because it made sense to me.
Okay, I'll be okay with it. Kaylee,
I'm back in.
I know, I'm back in, Kaylee. I'm a switcher.
Oh my
Dang, God. That's crazy.
Okay, what sibling, if the next book is a sibling, what sibling do you want to see?
Well, I would say Sevington would be the funniest one, but I feel like that's a little predictable.
Oh.
So maybe a serious sibling?
Ellington?
Gravington?
Gravington?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Remington, still healing from his piercing wounds.
I don't think it would be Remington, because we've already seen it.
Yeah.
With Rowington.
They're done that.
He's like, pick me.
I know, poor man. It's got like, you know when you get a piercing and you get an infection? That's just him the whole time. Oh my gosh, I wish.
So sad.
Out of everything that's happened, that's the saddest thing. I know, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard of. Mom, I know you have crimson rot, but I'm dying here.
Look at my lip, Mom.
Look at my beautiful face. Dang. Do you think Barrington, this is such a weird question. Do you think Barrington was hot?
Yeah.
Because he had hot kids?
Yeah, of course. A sexy man.
Oh, man. I hate that.
I think Vivi thought he was really handsome because she saw the picture of Barrington and her mom. And I'm pretty sure she made a comment, no?
Yeah.
I don't know. I blacked out. But I think she was like, wait, he was kind of hot.
Okay. I was just wondering. I'm excited to see whichever sibling it is. I feel like I'm going to eat it up. I wonder when she's going to release it. Tomorrow.
Next year, probably.
I'll be waiting. No, tomorrow. Maybe 2 days.
Okay, let me know, please.
With that being said, if you are listening to us in audio form, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere you listen to your podcast on, thank you so much. If you can leave a rating of 5 stars and a review recommending us our next read, that would be so great.
Yeah, it definitely helps us out a lot when people give us 5 stars because I think we're more recommended.
Yes.
If you're looking for an extra way to support us just a little bit more, we do have a Patreon. Also, we are going to start talking more in depth about the spicy scenes in Patreon. So look forward to that. You can find us at patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want the commitment of monthly, you can also find us at Ko-fi, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix or buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix.
If you are watching us, thank you so much. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We post every Tuesday and Thursday. So far, our Thursday episodes have been like our fun episodes. We have a lot of fun character AI episodes that you can check out. But also the next
Bookish Pictionary was so fun.
Oh, that really was fun.
We should do that again.
All of next month is gonna be gold. It's gonna be gold. So please
stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Okay. Let's go ahead and read a positive and negative review. I will read positive.
Okay.
Can I say something that's been hurting me internally?
Yes, please tell me.
I have not been updating my Goodreads.
Oh, I thought you weren't going to anymore.
Well, I use margins now, but I haven't been updating. It's like Goodreads, but I haven't been using like anything to keep track of my books. So I don't know how many books I've read this year.
I don't know either.
It's kind of driving me crazy.
I don't know either because honestly, I haven't really read that many outside of the podcast.
I've read a few, but I mean, whatever. Okay, what did I say I was going to read?
Positive. Okay, so here's the negative review. This review comes from Zoe. They gave it 1 out of 5 and they wrote, Kaylie Smith, you have done it again. You have created 2 characters with so little chemistry. I would get more enjoyment from stepping on a puddle of water with my socks on than read another line about them.
This comes from Cray, who gave it a 5 out of 5 and says, oh, shoot, here we go again. Another delicious snack I couldn't stop reading. Kaylie writes the most delicious MMCs. The lip ring and tats. My wife. Enough. I love this world. I'm invested. Need more. 7. I'm seated. You're sexy, by the way.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Love of my wife guy.
Love of my wife guy. Mm-hmm. If they mean it.
Yeah, of course.
If they mean it, if they're true, if they're faithful. Okay.
Especially when they buy you a cute little bracelet that says,
my wife.
No, the light is where you are.
We both get gifted things right next to each other. Yours is like really emotional and deep, and mine is just my wife.
What if it just said wife?
Oh, I would love that.
You would love that?
I would eat that up. Are
really?
You kidding me?
Oh, what would you prefer? For it to say wife?
Wife.
Or light of my life?
Oh, that's a really hard one.
Thank you.
That's a really hard one because I would love to just go to work. It's engraved. Pet wife. Yeah, that's about me. That one's near